Hey everyone, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this episode, I'm working on my Document Christmas 23 album and I'm working on my page for December 10th. I'm using the digital version of the collection Home for Christmas by Carta and lots of stamps and dies. So I made sure that when I cut these two pages that they actually continue the pattern. So I used a little trick there in Silhouette Studio where I do prepare all my pages that use digital products, and it quite worked out. Not exactly perfectly, but for the most part you can't really see that it's not continuous. I'm working on a double page spread here, so it's only for one day, December 10th, and that's what I like about this album is the fact that I can handle it flexibly. I can either do one page layouts or two page layouts for a day, depending if there were a lot of photos or a lot of things that happened that day. This is a day that happens to have a number of things that happened that day that were worth documenting because they were all somewhat Christmas related, and so I wanted to give my page enough space. So I'm starting with the two larger background patterns there that basically cover the top half of both pages. And then this is a scrap lift from another layout, and it had a ribbon there, and I do have a very similar ribbon, but I did end up finding in the collection these word strips that I felt were really good, and I thought with the way that the pattern paper that I had chosen, which I super love, but the kind of plaid ribbon that I had originally thought about to use there, I thought it was just better to use these black paper strips. Then I have these two clusters of flowers that I'm trying to decide how to place them on my page, and I want them basically to serve as somewhat like a mat to my photo, so they will be underneath the photo, but I'm also struggling there with these little strips. The problem, which is a good thing actually, it's not a problem, but these strips, I already ran a card around the edges there to just to give them a little pop on the page, but that makes it so that they don't really sit well on the page when I'm laying things out to just try and see how it works, how it looks in real life. But anyway, now I decided to commit because I figured out the spaces there, and I didn't need all the spaces to be covered because there's a lot of stuff that is covered from these strips. Then I am trying to decide which way I wanted these flowers to go, and I'm finally ready also to commit. I have these cute kind of like flowery, snowflake flowery, whatever, die cut pieces that I thought that would work perfectly with this layout. And so now I'm ready to add my first flower cluster there. This comes from, it's one of the embellishments that comes with this collection. And so it was just a lot of work for me, fussy cutting. Next time I should try and just do a print and cut. I think that will go much faster, and the cutting will be much nicer. I don't do cutting as well if I have to do intricate cuts. So now I am also adding the second cluster there. I have to make sure that the leaf doesn't go across the two pages, otherwise I'd have to cut them apart, and I tried to avoid that. Now I'm ready to also glue down this tag that I want to go in the background, and I have to really be mindful of what layers come when I have planned. Here, for example, I was just ready to glue this snowflake flower, but then I realized, no, this one I want to be behind the photo, then I have to glue down the photo, and then the last one will go on top of the photo. So I have to keep the order in mind there. So, but this finishes the main cluster basically of this left side, and I have this tiny bit that I have also created there. There's these two embellishment pieces. One of them is my own. Then I've decided, because there was so much going on, but I didn't want to kind of ruin the page by filling it up with photos, so I decided to create a little flap. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that from last year I created a bunch of these super cute pockets in Silhouette Studio that I that all have like Christmas kind of imagery there, and that I can now easily resize and reuse for other projects. And so I decided to size it for the page, or for this little flap there. And so I first put down the pocket so that I can then slip the paper behind it, so that the flaps of the pocket wouldn't be visible. So I had to also be mindful of the order of things there. Then I'd already created a little mat there for my photos, so they can be tucked into that pocket, along with a tag and my journaling spot that I already, before I printed, I already did my journaling on, as I have a font that is my handwriting. So I had my handwriting turned into a font a couple years ago. I had forgotten before gluing down the background paper that I should have first glued down the mat, this flap, and so I had to really kind of fuss a little bit to fit it behind the paper there, but I think it ended up working all right. So now that I have the flap there, now I can finish my page off with finish it up with the last bits of stuff that I have to do here. And I'm working with a photo of someone that I haven't asked if I can use them in a video, so I decided to just cover up the photo there so that that person wouldn't be visible. Shouldn't be an issue, but I try to just respect someone's privacy here. So there's nothing secret going on. In the later in the close-up shots, you will be able to see that there is just a person, and only the face is really blurred out or blacked out. So anyway, but here I am trying to work. This was a bit challenging, having the photo covered up and still doing the embellishment cluster around the photo there, and not being able to judge exactly how it'll look, but I think it turned out all right. So finally, I had this piece from last year, still from my December daily last year, and I decided dear to add it to this page there. I felt that it worked well. Then I have two more word strips that I thought would look cute there on the other side of the flap, and this is a journaling card from the collection that I just enlarged so that it would fit this flap. And that's the beauty of working with digital products, because you can make them exactly the size that you want. And then I have my journaling already, and then I had to decide where to put my date, which is December 10th. And then all I have to do is add the title there, and that will finish up my page. So here I am still doing the journaling. This time again, I decided to just print out my journaling, because that makes it much easier for me. My handwriting is much nicer in the font version. It is very much my handwriting. Everyone can recognize it, but it just looks more even and orderly. So anyway, here all I have to do now is just add my title, and this is just from a die cut alpha that I have in my stash, and that's pretty much it. I am going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.